Think positive.
Welcome, or welcome back, to the Golan Bros podcast, GA for short. I'm your host, Prince. This is a space for inner work, self-improvement, self-discovery, mindset, accountability, integrity, reflection, and personal development. This podcast is built for growth, for honesty, and for becoming a better version of yourself, one day at a time. New episodes drop every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Today's episode is called Mask of Smiles. Hey, how you doing? Good. How are you? I'm doing good too. The same thing every time. Hearing that, then saying the same thing again later, then hearing somebody else say it somewhere else, over and over. Different people, same responses. After a while, it starts sounding automatic. It's like people already know what they're gonna say before the interaction even starts. Like everything became routine, socially. Once you notice it, you start hearing it everywhere. The same rhythm, the same responses, the same social routine. After hearing it so much, it almost sounds on loop, like it's programmed. I feel so fake. Not fake in a disrespectful way, just fake in the sense of hearing the same thing every day, then naturally repeating it back without even thinking about it anymore. Almost like social autopilot. Have you ever found yourself in situations where interactions feel scripted? Not fake, scripted. Like everybody already knows their role socially, what they're supposed to say, how they're supposed to sound, how they're supposed to act. Because of that, conversations become predictable, short, quick, surface level. Hey, what's up? I'm good. That's it. Everybody moves on. Maybe not every conversation is supposed to be deep. I understand that. But still, after a while, it starts sounding rehearsed. Like people are exchanging responses instead of actual thoughts. Like the interaction already has a structure before it even starts. The interesting part is nobody really notices it anymore. Because socially, that became normal. Predictable interactions, predictable responses, predictable emotions. Maybe that's why real moments stand out so much now, because they interrupt the script. Most conversations today move too fast to become real, too fast to pause, too fast to process, too fast to actually sit with what somebody might be really feeling. So instead, people default to the expected response, the safe response, the socially comfortable response, and eventually that becomes habit. Never forget the smile people add into things just to look friendly. That quick social smile, the polite smile, the smile that naturally appears during interactions. The interesting part is how quickly it disappears afterward. Because shortly after the interaction ends, the smile fades away immediately. Then, people go back to being themselves again. Because socially, smiles almost function like masks sometimes. Not always fake, not always forced, just social. Something people naturally put on while interacting with the world, then remove afterward. Everybody does it differently. Some people smile to avoid awkwardness. Some people smile to avoid concern. Some people smile because it feels easier than explaining themselves. And some people smile because socially, it keeps everything smooth, comfortable, easy, predictable, and we're all victims of it in some way, all participants in it, because socially, this becomes normal. Normal. To present a version of yourself that keeps interactions moving smoothly. Normal to hide certain emotions behind expressions people expect to see. But once the interaction ends, everything changes again. The expression changes. The energy changes. And people continue on with their day, which makes the smile itself feel connected to the interaction socially, like part of the presentation, part of the performance. And after noticing it enough, you really start seeing how common it is. But what if one day the response was different? What if somebody broke the script? What if instead of hearing, "I'm good," you heard, "I'm not doing good at all. I'm tired of this"? Now everything changes, the interaction and the energy, because now the script is broken. Now nobody knows what response comes next. Maybe that's why those moments stand out so much. People became so used to hearing the same exact responses every single day that anything real immediately feels different. Not dramatic, different. Now the conversation slowed down. Now attention is required. Now listening is required. Now presence is required. Suddenly, what was supposed to be a quick interaction turns into a real moment. A human moment. And honestly, people don't always know how to react to that at first. Not because they don't care, but because they expected routine, not honesty. They expected the script to continue normally. And when it doesn't, everything pauses for a second. That pause, after hearing honesty, is probably the most interesting part to me, because people genuinely freeze for a second mentally. You can almost feel it happen, because now people reposition themselves mentally to listen. The interaction changes from, "This is going to be quick," to, "This might take a minute." And respectfully, that changes everything, because now the interaction carries emotional weight. Now the conversation became present, and people who answer truthfully like that are brave, because most people still use the mask of a smile socially, just in different ways. Some people hide things through humor. Some people hide things through positivity. Some people hide things through confidence. And some people hide things through acting okay constantly. But everybody has some version of it. Some version of the social self they naturally present outward. Maybe that's why truth interrupts people so much now. Because people became used to smooth interactions, predictable moments, not honest ones. And once honesty appears, the entire interaction changes direction immediately. The more you observe people, the more noticeable it becomes. Everybody wears masks differently, socially, not literal masks. Social masks, emotional masks, ways people present themselves outwardly. Some people become louder socially. Some people become quieter socially. Some people become more funnier socially. Some people become more positive. And some people constantly smile socially. But underneath all of it, people still carry things privately. That's probably why surface level interactions can feel strange after a while. Because there's always more happening internally than what's being expressed externally. And yet, socially, people still continue responding the same way, still continue smiling the same way, still continue presenting themselves the same way, because socially, that became normal. Normal to carry things quietly, normal to continue functioning outwardly regardless of what's happening internally. And maybe that's why moments of honesty feel so noticeable now, because they interrupt the mask for a second. By now, everybody already knows. Everybody has problems. Everybody carrying something. Stress, pressure, confusion, exhaustion, fear, or loneliness. Everybody dealing with something internally. This isn't saying people should trauma dump on strangers. Not that. That's not the point at all. The point is maybe people don't always gotta default to the automatic response every single time. Maybe there's space between pretending everything is fine and unloading your entire life story. Maybe sometimes people can simply respond truthfully. After a while, automatic responses start sounding empty. Maybe that's why real responses stand out more now, because they feel present, not rehearsed, not polished, not socially programmed, just real. And people remember real moments differently, because real moments actually break the routine. So maybe next time, instead of saying good in your response, you say what you actually feel. Could be blunt, could not be. Doesn't gotta become a huge emotional conversation. Maybe just an expression, just something real. Even if it's brief, even if it's quiet, even for one moment. Think about this one. I hope you found something worth taking with you today. Maybe a new perspective, maybe a moment to pause and reflect. Thank you for being here and sharing this space with me. Your presence matters. If this resonated with you, share it with someone you care about, because growth spreads through connection. I'll see you next time. Take care of yourself. Stay grounded. And as always, be safe.